So do you want me to read the title and everything? 50 Shades of Vig 3, the opening. Written by your girl Vigorino. Chapter 1, The Flash. A young girl named Vigorino has been in a coma for the last 2 years after she was struck by a car on the highway. She just woke up and she's gonna tell her story to the world. 2 years ago, a beautiful dark-haired girl with blue eyes was taking a hike. She she looked at her phone to see what time it was, and it was 6:09, and she was supposed to be home by 5:30. Her mom, Ice Iceman, was a huge bitch to her. She usually takes her old bras and uses them as toilet paper, and she doesn't wipe. She wipes her ass with it. Fiorino was pissed because all of the shit stains on her underwear, but she couldn't do anything about it. But when Vigorino was walking home, the bridge was out. So, but soon later, it started thundering and raining really hard. She hates, but a nice fellow named Yelly picked her up. Yelly was a blonde, beautiful young girl. She was a southern. She had a pet. She named him Tankers. Yelly told some stories about her and Tankers having some fun times when she gets lonely. I'm not a lesbian or anything, Vig thought, but it got her pretty horny. She said after her boyfriend BQSA left her, she got this pig, and the pig just makes her go crazy. She shoved Tanker's hairy pig paws in between her toes and starts moving them back and forth. Then sucked the hell out of his pig dick. Yelly said she didn't put a condom on him, so she thinks she may be pregnant. She said if she doesn't have, wait 1 second. She said if she doesn't have a child, she said if she does have a child, she's gonna name it Dance. She doesn't know. She doesn't know why. It just has a little what? A little of the gang rap flow to her. She said. Finally, they arrived at Yelly's cabin. Yelly got undressed because her clothes was wet from the rain, so Vigorino did the same. The heat turned off. They hud they huddled up together for warmth. Yelly said she's wet and looked at her funny. Then Vigorino got an idea, so she ran into her book bag and took out a giant dildo called the Brendan 55C. It usually gave what? Usually gave a kick to to Vig. She calls it Hulk smash. So Vic took down Yelly's panties and started eating her out. Yelly surely undid Vig's bra and threw it onto the side. Then Yelly took the Brendan 55C and slowly put it in out of his nice tight pussy. Vig was moaning, Yelly, Yelly, Yelly. And then she came. Tankers got an instant boner and ran up to Vig, taking her from behind, pounding his pig meat against her ass over and over again. Then he pulled out and shot his semen. Pulled it out and shot. His semen shot across the room, splatting all over Yelly's teddy bear. Yelly started crying. Her dad Brian gave her it, and it's pretty ruined now with her pig semen all over it. Yelly said it's best for her to be alone for now. Vig said okay. Shortly, Vig left and walked. She found a little bar named Narnia. The bad thing was, it was a gay bar. The owner was named Ander, and the manager was named Zita. That is amazing. There was rumors after hours all the strippers they and them would have an orgy. Big needed to see this, so she hid in the bathroom until the bar closed. 2 hours later, Zeta went into Ander's office wearing a bunny outfit with nipple zippers. Ander slowly undid his nip zips and stroked Zeta's side. Ander called two of his buddies over, Vortex and Jake. Zeta was being a dirty little fuck and wanted to be gangbanged. 1 second. I need to take a drink. Vortex took his tight ass. Jake put his little dick in his mouth, and Ander just rubbed his nipples while jerking off to the scene. And what? Yelled, fuck it, and had a full-on Mandingo party. Okay. Whatever that means. He took the other strippers. Wait. He told the other strippers to come back here and just have fun. A young guy named Duck Luck came. So did Burn, Doom, Unseen, and a bright lad named Hard Jedi. They were watching the fuck party, so Burn took Unseen by behind and shoved his dick up his ass. And Unseen yelled with pride. Duck Luck tried to jerk off Hard Jedi, but his lightsaber was too strong. Hard Jedi was built like a horse. He was 2 times the size of all of them. Duck Luck... But Duck Luck had 2 gallons of lube on his dick and started to slide around on his dick. Vig was about to throw up at the scene, but she wanted to record it and send it to her BFF, Mob NK. Mob NK hates Vig when she sends her this stuff, but Vig doesn't give a shit. After Mob NK saw the video, him and the Mob family was horny as hell. So Mob NK pulled down her pants and let her brother Mob NC eat her out. And Mob NX, which is a she-male, was rubbing her tits while stroking her dick until she came over Mob NC's face. Mob NK died later that week of, what's that, HIV? HIV, You might want to put H.I.V, that makes it clearer. Vig went to Mob NK's funeral. She gave her flowers, a note, and a tuba of lube. After that, Vig finally went home. I'm only on page 20, you know. Her mum was asleep, and Vig was really sad of what happened. But Mob NK always said to her, "When down, hire a couple of British hookers." Oh no, please don't bring me into this. So she did. 2 hookers came over. There was one named Spartacus. She looked like a little faggot, but his friend Cheat seemed like he has a 13-inch penis. She fucked Vig in her ass, and Sparta tried jerking off, but his dick was dry just like a pickle. Sparta got mad, then he took his little Peter and tried to stick it in Vig's vagina, but it wouldn't go in. Sparta had a fit and walked out. Cheat, on the other hand, called his friend K-Tang over to help, but he wasn't British. He wasn't British, but Vig, at this point, didn't give a shit. K-Tank walked over to Vig's face and started to jerk off. This time he didn't do it, unlike Spartacus, but he kept jerking, and Cheat got pounded and pounded. And then when they came, Vig was about to explode. Just coming down her face, then down her ass. It was everywhere. After it was over, Vig called the police for rape, and Spartacus got his dick cut off and got taken to prison, where he met a prisoner named T-Dog, and Spartacus became his bitch. He made him pick up the soap every day and get gangbanged by him. Stop your bitching, Smeg, and the biggest pimp daddy of all, T-Man. T-Man shoved his 24-inch black dick. What? T-Man shoved his 24-inch black dick in Spartacus' bum. Arse, whatever, and ripped Sparta's in her asshole open. Back at Vic's house, Vig made Cheat and K-Tank leave, and they went to sleep. She woke up and got ready for work. She works at a science lab where they test on different chemicals and tech. Today they were testing a substance that they found in a desert, a green type of liquid. They brought it back to the lab. It's highly toxic, but some dumbass named ZelXX was put for the night shift, and he went into the room with the goo. He took it out of the container it was in. He touched it. It burned him, and he dropped it. It splashed all over the floor. He started to scream and groan. The next morning, everyone went to work. The next day, they found ZelXX on the floor. A worker named Mysterio went down and to see if he was okay. Then ZelXX came up and bit Mysterio in the dick, tearing it off. Mysterio screamed and fell on the floor. ZelXX leaped on him and started eating the rest of his pubic area. Everyone ran out of the building. 1 week later on the news, a virus of some sort has been spreading throughout the East Coast and causing people to come back from the dead and eat the dicks of people. On other news, more UFO sites have come up since the outbreak. One day later, Fig and her other friends